Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Maybe on Monday. 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 So I just wanted to go through a little way of how I have to start waking up my voice on mornings when my MTD flare-up is really bad. So as you can see, I'm really raspy today. I have chronic laryngitis, which usually goes hand in hand with it from what I understand. But what I wanted to share with you is a lot of times I can't get sound out first thing in the morning if my tension is really bad. So what I've learned, some people, the straw exercises is where to start at, but I was struggling a lot with that and kind of find out the culprit for me starts with my tongue muscles, all those muscles under here. So when those are really tight, it affects everything else. And also another big culprit, which most of you will find, are these huge, big, I can't remember if they're nerves or muscles, but they're big, and you see me squeezing them. Sometimes you can just hold them for a little bit, just hold them, count to 15 or 30, and then you want to switch to the other side. Sometimes just pinching the skin and holding that for a count of 15 or 30 while breathing deeply on a pattern, like in 6, exhale 4, or whatever works for you. And then you go back again, and you want to give yourself rest. Like, try that out for a little bit. Take a break. Change tracks, like completely distract yourself with something else. Whether it's going and washing dishes, or maybe, going to pay bills, or work on an assignment, whatever those things are. I'm a believer in Christ, so I go and I read my Bible and have time with the Lord, and that always relaxes me and helps me disconnect. And then I come back again and I'll start that all over. I may do the massages again. You see me with 2 fingers, and you apply pressure. You want to apply enough pressure so it feels like a massage. And it's much wiser in some ways to do this to yourself, because when you have someone who doesn't know what they're doing and they're handling these muscles, it's very dangerous. If you're blessed enough to find someone who specializes in myofascial release, go for it. But otherwise, there's some really great tutorials on YouTube. Katarina H, spelled with a K, Katarina H. She has her own channel on YouTube. She's amazing. Liz Bills, she's a girl who has MTD. That's also on YouTube and very helpful. But one thing I wanted to share personally is the fact that with my muscle tension, a huge source of mine is my tongue muscles. And I'll get cramps that are like insane, and I can't like even move, you know? So learning to release those muscles. So what I was doing earlier, one is a lip roll. Most of you know. I'm a singer, and so these things are important, and I usually have to use my singing techniques in order to free up my speaking voice. So one, lip rolls. And you do that, like hold it, sustain it, whatever, then start gliding up one note, down one note, maybe go up two, down two. Don't force yourself, just be gentle and let your voice, you're not worried about producing sound as much as producing a steady sound, like not volume, but you just want it to be steady. Keep your airflow steady. Breathe from your diaphragm, not your chest. So the lip roll. Right? Then eventually I go into, and I'll do it reverse sometimes, a tongue roll. Because it releases a different part of the muscles further back. Then there's the strawberry, which is that one with the pandemic season and COVID. You want to do that in the privacy of your own home, or put on a mask like one of the canines, because they're like this, and the canine's great for it because you have room in there to do this. But and all of these release different parts of the muscles. Like you can even hear my voice getting clearer. Hello, my name is Erica. And you want to make sure that your sound is focusing through your nasal passage, not way back here. This is good too, because you can relax your voice in a different way, right? Katarina H talks about this method of talking very far back, dopey sounds. And that really helps in a different way. But right now, because my tension is so much in my tongue, I focus my exercises there. See, somebody, and the reason I made this post, somebody was frustrated because their speech therapist told them to start with hums lately. I can't squeak out a hum for my life when I first get up. I have to do those exercises to be able to get to a hum. So everyone's different. We all have a ton of muscles, and certain muscles get more tense than others, depending on you as a person, depending on what you may do frequently in your life. Like I'm a musician, I play piano, so I use a lot of these muscles. Additionally, I do a lot of speaking, and like most of us, I'm constantly on my phone or my laptop. So even just holding your neck down like this, after a while, you need to just do this slowly, and then side to side. I have a ton of tension today, and I have all week. And sometimes the tension comes out of the blue, but sometimes it's brought on emotionally. I work in full-time ministry at a Christian church, and of course we work with a lot of people in our church and community who deal with a lot of hard life situations. And sometimes if I start taking on those stresses on my own shoulders as opposed to releasing it to Jesus and trusting Him to be God, then that tension sneaks up on me. And then I'll have what I call an episode where my MTD flares up, and it may take a few days for it to get better. So I just wanted to give you a guide as to a couple ways that you can start to free up your voice. Ooh. Oh, and one more that I found helpful, because if my tension's high, a lot of times the straw doesn't help me, because engaging these muscles actually is counterproductive. Two things with that. One, I found out from one of my speech therapists that for me, it works better when I have a lot of tension to use a smoothie size straw. So that helps a lot. Usually I have one sitting on my piano, but I don't right now. But I have them strategically placed everywhere. But a smoothie size straw, which is fatter, that helps, as opposed to the skinnier ones when it's too much tension for the day. And the other thing is, if even that's not good, I do this. You want to fill your cheeks with air and produce sound at the same time. So watch, like this. Then you want to Hello, my name is Erica. 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 So I'm going from singing on one note to kind of letting my voice go crazy in pitch, and then speaking. So I hope some of these things help, and I'll be praying for you guys, and we're in it together. Please don't get discouraged. I know it's easier said than done. I could be discouraged today, but I've got tools, and you're getting tools too, and we can do this. So God bless you guys, and keep pressing in.